Questions?
I got a real goofy one. At the beginning of the convention, they go about and determine the rules of the convention. That is this part of the discussion. Is it already for this convention, or will those new rules that may get changed, will they apply to this convention or the next one?
This one. The rules that you adopt for the convention are for the convention you are about to have.
So, in other words, what we have here right now could change.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
August 14th.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes, and quite frankly will change.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be specific things. These were adopted for the state convention almost a year ago. So most assuredly they will change. They do have to provide notice to each attending member of the convention the rules of the convention. I don't know what that notice is because I haven't completely read that, but you may have scanned through that.
I don't recall, but it does provide for it. And of course that's why knowing these rules helps you get an edge on what's going to be. Primarily they'll be the same, but you always in a convention when the rules change want to see what changed and reflect on why that changed and what impact that might have on what you would like to do. They, generally speaking, the Rules Committee sometimes forgets about the assignment, and then that's why I said to Sean that getting the rules from the last state convention would be very beneficial to give you a heads up on where you're going. Because at the last minute they'll say, oh, did we do the rules? Oh, where are the rules for the last convention? Let's take them and go over them. I have a convention rules call on Monday at 6 p.m. for a national convention that it's in June of '09. And they sent us the 2007 rules to review. And that is just so typically what everybody does. And we already see some changes that we're going to make for this convention that we hope will make it run more smoothly. So there always are changes.
I may be getting ahead of myself, but the bylaws for a county, the bylaws for the county, you have your different
Right.
GOP meetings. They have their bylaws. Are you entitled to see the bylaws of that organization if you are a member? Now, I know there's St. Clair County has a meeting, a GOP meeting, and they won't give you the bylaws. Is that
Are they on
proper?
their website? That is very unusual.
This is a very old voice club,
No.
and that's why out of 212 delegates in St. Clair County, only 20 seats are held.
Yeah. So, well, that's the
They don't
kind
let
of
anybody else in.
that's the kind of thing that you should be asking
Point
for.
of order.
Yes, the bylaws. And obviously the Oakland County bylaws, and you might research this and say, I went over X counties in Michigan, and in 75% of them, their county bylaws are on their website or available electronically from. Not everyone has a website, but everyone should have them available, so that you could point out that this is not the way it's usually done. But, and usually, you know, we were talking before about condominium associations and homeowners groups. People have to sometimes demand the things that they want to see, because it's easier for the elected group sometimes not to have to bother with sharing them, because people have different opinions about things, and it's very likely someone will disagree. Email or in a letter, make sure that your requests are always in writing, because then you can, otherwise it's just who said. So always document what you want to do. And I think that you're really raising the question of how much should I be a candidate for the Thorn Under the Saddle Award? And that's an individual decision that people make.
So if you can't get the bylaws, then eventually you will be able to somewhere along the line? Or, I mean, how can
Well, you could be
function
able to
without
sue,
the
is that not
bylaws?
correct?
Yes.
You do have remedies.
I mean, you are a member. It would be difficult to say that I wanted to go get the bylaws from that condominium homeowners association across the street because I don't live there.
Right.
But if I lived there, they would be obligated to. So for where you are, while we couldn't go over there and get them, you are a person who is a part of that.
Well,
And I can say,
does it describe in the bylaw what it takes to be a member?
Yes,
Well, if you don't have the bylaw, you don't know.
exactly. But I'm sure if you're a precinct delegate, you are a member. Because that would be Michigan law.
or you could even demand that you get them, or you will take the highest.
Right, but make sure it's in writing.
Okay.
Other comments, questions? You've been very attentive. You know, I always say at the end of a session on parliamentary procedure, if it's not as bad as you thought it would be, it's a success.
Well, let's give a hand for Eleanor. She did a great job.